Testing, testing. Hello, testing, testing. We are going to be speaking about how I manifest my dreams with 3 simple FHM secrets and how you can too. And it's not the law of attraction. I repeat this, and we are going to be starting in a few seconds. Um, how I manifest my dreams with these 3 simple FHM secrets and how you can do the same. And it's not the law of attraction. I'm gonna be watching these 2 cameras, so bear with the weirdness. And also, I invite you to do like this and send me good vibes so I can perform the best and give you as much value as possible. And stay until the end, because every one of you who stays until the end is gonna receive a super gift valued in more than 250 euros. Um, so I'm gonna repeat this a couple more times so people start arriving. And it's gonna be a super brief workshop or masterclass called How I Manifest My Dreams with these 3 simple FHM secrets and how you can do the same. And it's not the law of attraction. Um, my name is Loto Vázquez. I'm gonna be blessed and honored to be your speaker or performer or coach or mentor or friend and all of it tonight. And I'm just gonna start 2 more minutes and then we go. Again, if you are arriving, you can invite other people, you can share it, you can just chill, you can grab a pen, you can start putting off everything else, putting down your email, putting down your any other account that is not this one where you are watching this masterclass that is starting in 1 minute and a half, and it's gonna be called How I Manifest My Dreams with these three simple FHM secrets and how you can do the same. And it's not the law of attraction. We are gonna start in 1 minute. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing this. Thank you for taking the time and stay until the end, because every one of you who stays until the end is going to be able to grab a gift valued in more than 250 euros. So not bad for a pre Black Friday experience. And 1 more minute and we go. I'm super excited. I've never done this before this way. So if you are watching this, even if you are watching it in a recording, send me good vibes like this. You can do this. No one is watching you, possibly. And if not, who cares? You can do like this and do like and send me the best vibes possible. So I give the best presentation of my life. And 0.5 more minutes and we go. Again, the masterclass is called How I Manifest My Dreams with these 3 simple FHM secrets and how you can too. And I'm super excited because this is new. Also, for all of you staying until the end, you're gonna be able to grab one of these presents valued in more than 250 euros, and we are gonna go for it. So, thank you for being here. Welcome. My name is Loto Vázquez. I'm honored to be your host or your speaker or your servant tonight. No matter what's the time where you are watching this in the world. Here in the south of France, where I am right now, it is 10 p.m. And in this workshop, we are gonna see why fear is the killer of all of our dreams. And how it's so important to be clear on this, so we are not scattered trying to fix many things, but just fixing that one thing that makes us stop, and we can become unstoppable and then realize all of our dreams. And we are going to see how that works in a moment. We are also going to see how fear is not so complicated, and we don't need to hack or conquer many fears. We are just gonna be able to understand fear in a different way, so we can know by conquering one or learning with one how to conquer any fear anytime, and even any doubt, any negative emotion, any subconscious blockage. um, Let me check my notes. We are gonna see also what is one secret that I have forgotten many times, and most people I think are forgetting. And once you clear this and you nail this, uh, it is inevitable. And um, the third secret or the fourth main point is, okay, yes, how you can master this way quicker by transforming your life into a retreat. So you don't need to retreat from your life to really train and go as deep as a monk, but you can turn your life into a retreat, and with this accelerate so much your learning, turning this into a habit and being able to manifest all of your dreams. So again, welcome to this How I Manifest My Dreams with these three simple FHM secrets and how you can do the same. And it's not the law of attraction. My name is Lotto, and first, is it okay if I explain a little about myself so I qualify myself and you know why I think I have something really genuinely valuable to share about this? I hope you are answering yes, because I'm gonna share it with you because I think it's important that you know I haven't just read a book and that's it. This is actually a book that I wrote. It's called Happiness is Easy. And also, I've been a monk for over a decade, and I studied philosophy in college, and I studied Gestalt psychology, and I've been traveling for the last 4 years around the world in Asia and Africa and Europe and America. And one of the dreams that I manifested, one of them is a piece of land in a tropical island in front of a sunset. I could share here with you. You could go to thegoldencities.co, and you could check there the images. It is really spectacular. And as I was manifesting that dream, I I realized I loved surfing, so I wanted a surf break just in front of that place. And then I realized that when you there is a break, there is also a strong currents, and I realized maybe one day I want to grow my children there. They are not born yet, so I have a little bit more time. And I realized those currents weren't good for a little child. So I actually manifested that the break is a few dozens of meters from the shore, so it's safe for the children and it's awesome for the surfers. So maybe you are also a surfer, you love at least um, learning like I do. Um, but what is the back of the story? So when I was 13 to 16 was the time when I suffered the most. And I think that's not so uncommon. Maybe yourself, or maybe you know some teenagers that are going through a really rough time, or you went through a really rough time when you were a teenager. And in my case was because I didn't understood society. I still don't fully understand why it's so messy. But back then, I didn't know how to play it because it seemed like the adults around me, my professors and maybe parents and family members, they started to be pr- having more pressure on me that I needed to become one of them. I don't know if you remember this or you see any teenager going through the same. And for me, needing to become one adult, needing to grow up into a world that I saw was gray, when my world was still full of colors as a child, it didn't look good. So I did, I guess, like also many teenagers, not everyone, but many do, which was become a rebel and do everything to shake that world. Um, and and so I did all the bad things. I took worse grades. I became rude with my parents and with professors and with other adults. I started taking drugs. I even started selling drugs. Um, and did that help? No, it didn't. I mean, in a way, it helped me realize it wasn't that the way, but it didn't liberate in me, didn't show me that possibility of a better, more full of hope world. Um, and you can send hard comments. I agree. Share it with other people if you want. You can interact with all these cool tools that we have here in social media. Um, and you can also ask questions, but I will answer or do my best to answer them at the very end. So when I was 16, my mom didn't know how to help me, and she decided to send me just 13,000 kilometers away. It wasn't just to send me as far away as possible, not really. It was because my father was living in Cordoba, Argentina. So from near Barcelona in Spain to Cordoba, Argentina is around over 10,000 kilometers. And over there, my father was living in an intentional community with a lot of holistic therapies and spirituality and shamanism. And so I think it was the traveling. The traveling really helps. That's one of the reasons I've been traveling for the last 4 years. But I think it was also to change the environment and to be around more people who were living with more attention and more intention and doing their best to take more congruent actions, that in just a couple of weeks, also maybe because I received many holistic therapies, but in just a couple of weeks, I had this peak experience, what around Maslow called peak experience, what other positive psychologists have called being in the zone or being in flow. You maybe have heard one of those terms. Have you? I thought so. So I had one of those experiences, and for me was, nowadays it's quite common to have them, but back then it was really special. And what happened in that moment is I realized, wow, nothing has changed outside, but everything has changed inside of me. So maybe nothing needs to change outside. I just need to master this. And I became obsessed. And I started to study everything about it, to read the books and to do the practices um, and to change my mind about what I would study in college. So I did study philosophy and then Gestalt psychology back in Argentina. And then I practiced so much meditation, I became a monk of a practice of meditation for over a decade. But after being a monk for a few years, here we are getting close to the end, but here it's so important. Although I became a monk because I thought it was the most radical, profound, deep, strong, powerful thing that I could do to free my mind, after a few years, I realized I was still doing the same that when I was 13 to 16, trying to feed. Yes, in a more healthy environment, for sure, but I was still trying to feed, trying to feed with the expectations of others or trying to be liked by others, by my mentor, by my peers, instead of really finding my voice, really finding my truth, and really following my truth. And it was when I was about 10 years into being a monk that I was reflecting back and saying, hey, wait a moment, maybe this is too much of an investment in one strategy that is not giving me the results that I truly want. And maybe you are in a position like that yourself right now, or you know someone who's been like that or who is going through something like this, that they've been investing, really dedicated to something for a really, really long time, but still not really reaching the results they want. And also I looked around me and many of my peers weren't getting the results neither. So I realized, yeah, maybe I just needed to change the strategy. And one morning, I realized that the only thing that was stopping me to have the freedom and the results that I wanted in the relationship with my mom, with my spouse, with my finances, with my health and fitness, it was that I felt that I wasn't able to, that I didn't have enough strength to do it. In other words, that I was afraid. Have you ever experienced that? That you know what you need to do, but you don't dare to do it. You feel that you don't have enough strength to do that feels challenging. That's how I felt. And it felt like it was a strong dark force pulling me down from inside. And then I became obsessed again. I was like, okay, I'm gonna master fear. I'm gonna do everything that I can to conquer fear. And it seems like, in my mind, at least logically, if I conquer fear, which is the only thing really stopping me, I will become unstoppable. And that right there, I think, is one big secret. There is only one thing stopping us, is fear, or is the idea that I can't, that I am not able to. And once you remove that belief, or remove that relationship with fear, where fear stops you, and instead you then you can be unstoppable. You can be fully free. You can manifest anything you want. um, I'm not saying you don't need to do anything about it, but you find that you have the resources, the clarity and the resources, to do whatever you need to do about it. And by the way, I'm going to announce the gift that the people staying until the end are going to receive. It's going to be a gift session where we are going to do exactly that. Be crystal clear on what you truly want, what is the life of your dreams, and see exactly what is the action that you need to take, and transmute fear into fuel, fear into a bridge, into a trampoline that propels you forward. And this leads us to the second secret. Um, the second secret is that you don't need to conquer every fear. The most common fears are, for example, you can think about it as you hear, but maybe one of the fear of rejection, one of the most common ones. Another, can you relate to that one? Another really common fear is the fear of abandonment. Another common fear is the fear of lacking resources. And another common fear is the fear of um, what else? Think about it. You can type it in the comments if you want as well. Another really common fear is the fear of not being enough. The fear of not finding the one is quite common, maybe more in women than in men, or in the most feminine expressions of the human, but it is really common. And so something that happened is that I decided that I wanted really to conquer this, and then I discovered, oh, wait, all of the fears are just contracted and stock energy, like every negative emotion, even doubt, and every subconscious blockage is just contracted stock energy that it's inside of us. It's not good or bad, it's just contracted and stock. But once you learn to expand and flow, that same energy becomes fuel, becomes the same energy that it's this creativity that you can use, or you can ride or flow with, to create, to manifest the life that you truly want, and to experience it right now, that you are living the life that you truly want. So that's the other secret, is when I realized there is not many fears that I need to conquer. Yes, there is many, but they are all the same. And once I learn to unravel and turn one fear into fuel, then I can turn any fear into fuel with simplicity. I'm not saying it's always easy, sometimes it's uncomfortable, but with simplicity. Thank you for these likes, and thank you for sharing it. Even if someone comes along halfway, they can still see the review. So please share, comment, like it, and support it as much as you can. So that's the second secret. The first secret, again, it's you only need to conquer one thing, the thing that is stopping you. And once you conquer that, you become unstoppable. You can manifest everything you want, right? And the one thing stopping us is negative emotion, but specifically fear, which is the most contracted and stock energy. That's the second secret. So the second secret is, once you realize all of fears and negative emotions are the same, you just need to learn to expand and make flow that energy. And then you can do it with every single fear, every single thing that you find is stopping you inside of you. Makes sense, right? Now, The third secret, I actually wrote it like if it was three, but it's actually four, I think. So bonus secret. The next secret, the next secret is that you need to, instead of try to master this, you need to be fully committed to make it happen. And so for me, as I say, when I was 10 years of a monk, one morning, uh, I was crying, realizing I was afraid and stuck. And I decided, wow, I'm going to really research these fear things. But it was a couple of months later, actually, when one day I was so fed up, I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm either going to live uncomfortable for the rest of my life facing my fears, or I'm going to find a way to conquer them. But I am fully committed to do it. And this is actually the same that I say to my students before they become my students is we are not going to try to make it happen. We are going to either do it or don't do it, like Yoda say, right? Do or don't do, but no, there is no try. And and some students do it in 3 to 6 months. That's the most common. And actually, that's what took me as well, 3 to 6 months to go from starting to explore the thing of fear into actually um, exactly knowing how to do it every single time. And but then there is other people like Alexandra and Susana and Fernando who they needed more time. They took actually around 12 months. I think Alexandra even a few more, but they were committed since the beginning and they kept their word and they make it happen. And science says it takes from 18 days to 254 days to build any habit. And this is it. Once you realize that it's only contracted energy, you just need to expand it. You just need to know how to do it with one, which is what we are going to do with every single one of you, or at least the 10 first that sign up. I'm going to give that gift session. Um, so you just need to DM me in this social media and I'll send you the link so you can sign up. And we are going to go exactly on how to um, turn that fear into fuel. And once you know it, you just need to practice and build that habit. Now, for whatever reason, it's not mathematical. Fernando, Susana, and Alexandra, they took more time, but they stick to it. And now they know exactly how to deal with the worst thing that can happen to them. And as Lao Tzu said, only those who can be okay with anything, they can be okay all the time. Only those who can be okay with anything can be okay all the time. So once you learn how to be okay with anything, even the worst, which is fear, pain, negative emotion, then you are unstoppable. And once you are unstoppable, you can manifest all of your dreams just with more attention, more intention, and more aligned action. Not more effort, not more trying, but just more aligned action. And and now I think one of the things that many people may afraid of this is that maybe we need a lot of time, like especially coming from me, who I've been a monk for over a decade. Maybe it seems like you need to really retreat from the world to really conquer your emotions and your negative emotions and your most tricky um, aspects of your mind in order to really conquer it and then be able to live a life of flow and presence and really being able to face what you want and allow it to happen. Not even make it happen, but allow it to happen. Um, and that's another cool thing. Something that I realize is that retreating, it's really tricky because you retreat and then it's hard to come back into the daily life. But what if we could turn, and this is exactly what we do with this FHM or fear hacking method, we turn our life into a retreat. We turn every contraction, every sign of fear or negative emotion into a reminder to come back to alignment. So instead of retreating to align and then try to bring that alignment into the world where you have all these challenges that you face every day, you turn your life into the perfect retreat with where all those triggers that make you contract becomes your reminders to come back to alignment. So you can practice every day, every time you have one of these contractions. And I think that's it. I don't want to make it longer. I was thinking around 25 minutes or so. So now, what is the gift? It's a full session with me. If it's many of you, maybe I delegate some students that I'm training as a mentors. But the first 10 are gonna have the session with me, and you can just DM me, and the first 10 that DM me get this session. I'm doing this live in different places. That's why I'm looking in different spaces or cameras. So if you want it, get one now as while they are available. If they are not available still, once you send the DM, then don't be mad. Just I will find another mentor to do it with you. And in the session, we are going to go through the clarity of desire. So what is the life of your dreams? Second, what is the specific action that you want to take? And then what is the fears that stops you the most, and how to turn one into fuel and learn how to turn all of your fears and negative emotions and blockages into fuel, to be in flow and to be in creativity and to manifest your dreams with ease or with simplicity. And also in that session, we will get to know each other in these roles. And if we really like each other, then we can speak about working together. But it's not a strings attached session. We are going to give you, we are going to give you as much value as possible and have as much fun as possible and help you be free forever and manifest your dreams once and for all, and know exactly how to do it every single time you want something new and beautiful that is good for you, good for the people you love, and hopefully good for the world. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't yet sent at the end to get your session, you can try still if there is one more available. And I'm excited to see you in that session super, super soon. Much love and bye. Have a good night and happy Black Friday or wherever that shit is called.